It's time for another episode of WCW's Creative Character Writing. In today's episode, Brad Armstrong. Brad Armstrong. Of course, I don't speak of Brad Armstrong himself, because Brad was a terrific athlete and one of the most underappreciated workers of his generation. One of the first masked gimmicks that Brad portrayed in WCW was Badstreet, a masked third member of the Fabulous Freebirds who is often mockingly referred to as Brad Street. This led to an interesting situation at Super Brawl 1, when the Freebirds wrestled the Young Pistols, which Brad's brother Steve was one of the members of, for the U.S. Tag Team Championship. During the course of the match, Brad interfered on behalf of the Freebirds as Badstreet, then returned later on to interfere on behalf of the Young Pistols as himself. Before too long, Brad was reborn as Arachniman, which was pretty much a direct ripoff of the Spider-Man character. Arachniman's outfit was different colors that Spider-Man's was, but he shot webs out of his hands just like the original did, and the character met a quick demise when Marvel Comics sued WCW for copyright infringement. Brad also appeared as the Candyman, a babyface who handed out candy to the kids in the crowd on his way to the ring. He braided his hair and came out in ridiculous-looking striped outfits to play into the character, which shockingly disappeared as quickly as his other gimmicks had. Not that there's anything weird about playing a stranger who gives candy to children or anything like that. WCW decided that Brad was so good at playing masked characters that they even gave him somebody else's masked gimmick. Ricky Steamboat and Shane Douglas had been playing a masked tag team called Dos Hombres as they feuded with the Hollywood Blondes. But Shane Douglas left WCW before the blow-off match had a chance to happen at Slamboree 93. The match had to happen since it had already been announced, so WCW had Brad play Shane Douglas, playing a member of Dos Hombres that night just to wrap the storyline up and move on. And that was Brad Armstrong.